Contemporary singers are notorious for working really hard on their lower register sounds, and that's because the lion's share of contemporary vocals are sung with big notes that have a full-bodied resonance. But big, full notes sung using the lower register is only half the story, and even the most hardened rock singers will gain a lot from working and developing their upper registers, what some singers like to call their head voice. So let's balance the ledger and learn to sing with a stronger upper register.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
Hello everyone, I hope you're having an awesome week. My name is Dr. Dan and I'm a contemporary singing voice specialist. My teaching studio is here in Brisbane, Australia, but with the advent of YouTube, geography is no limit, and so that means we get to work on your voice each and every week here at Voice Essentials. As I stated from the outset of today's video, we spend a lot of time as contemporary singers working our lower registers. With the assistance of methods such as belt, we can build healthy, sustainable technique that empowers big, full notes, especially in the lower register. But you know as well as I do that restricting your voice to the confines of your lower register is like choosing to only use one bedroom in a 4-bedroom house. And the longer you ignore the other bedrooms, the more cobwebs the disused rooms will gather. Well, I'm into using every living space in my house, and I'm also into working on and developing every register available to my voice. I'm guessing Voice Essentials subscriber Fred Robb might want to use his entire voice also, because he left me this question a few months back. Can you do one about how to sing head voice without straining, but when you're like a baritone? Fred Robb, I can go one better. I can do a video that will help all voice types to sing using their head voice. Here it is.
Sound check.
Now, before we do some exercises that will help to strengthen and further develop your upper registers, I just want to extend the illustration of the 4-bedroom house for a moment. Some singing teachers believe that you should ignore the anatomical mechanics of your voice and approach your singing as if it's only one register, top to bottom. This idea has some upfront appeal. It's a bit like wanting to live in an open-planned house with no walls. An open plan is bright and breezy, but when you have no walls, you ultimately have no separation, one space to the next. No, the facts are that as appealing as open living might be, most people at the end of the day want to close the door to their bedroom and retreat for some much needed privacy. The other interesting thing about most houses is the different rooms generally have different purposes and different feels. The furniture and decor in a bedroom is typically quite different to the furnishings of a living room or the kitchen. But importantly, there are doorways between the rooms so you can easily move between the different living spaces. Your voice is no different. Your voice has 4 distinct registers, each one its own unique sound, quality and feel. The doorways connecting each of the registers are called transitions, and when working with my private students, I always workshop each register separately before seeking to do the all-important work of learning to smooth out the transitions between registers.
Sound check.
Okay, so now that we understand that we do indeed have distinct registers, each with its own unique qualities and sounds, we're ready to zone in on your upper register. Now, just so we're all on the same page here, when I say upper register, I'm not referring to falsetto for men or flute register for women. I reserve the term upper register for that place in your voice immediately before falsetto and flute. If you need further explanation about registers, I'll leave a link in the notes section below to another video and an article that I think you might find helpful. Ladies, your upper register can be found by singing a major scale starting on C4. As you sing up the scale, you may feel and hear the voice break, flip or transition into a lighter sound. That lighter sound is your upper register. Have a listen to it again. Got a little bit twiddled with the keyboard there. Guys, it can be a little harder to find your upper register. For many men, the upper register tends to be a seemingly non-existent part of the voice, but it is there, I promise. Guys, we'll find our upper register by descending on an NG. The moment you feel the sound transition into a slightly weightier tone, stop and sustain the note. Something like this. That's kind of where I feel mine. Okay, now that we've found the upper register in our own voices, I want you to play with the sound for a bit. What does it sound like? If it sounds weak and breathy, that's okay. We're going to workshop that in a second. I also want you to get a sense of how the upper register sound feels in your body. Can you get a sense of where the sound sits and concentrates its resonance as it moves along the vocal tract? Learning to distinguish the different sensations and sounds associated with each register is really important when working on your voice.
Sound check.
So how do we strengthen the upper register? Well, to start, we're going to sing and sustain an upper register note using an R vowel. I want you to start the sound in a light, almost falsetto or flute register mode, and then I want you to build the intensity of the sound ever so slightly. Have a listen. You'll notice that there is a small increase in volume, but not so much that the fuller bodied sound of your lower register kicks in. Once you feel you've got a good balance going with a single note, start descending by semitones and repeating the exercise on each note, all the while maintaining upper register sounds. For example, you could hear my lower register sounds wanting to get in there. This exercise will work to strengthen the CT muscles, the cricothyroid muscles that your upper register relies upon to activate. The second exercise that I think many of you will benefit from when building strength into your upper register is exercise 11 on my CD, Dr. Dan's Voice Essentials. This activity has an octave leap at the beginning of the phrase, which as the track travels higher, can activate the CT muscles, thus accessing the upper register. The octave leap is then followed by a descending major scale, which we can then apply an upper register tonality to. Have a listen. Ya. The ultimate aim is to have a full access and control of your entire voice. Why only live in one room when you have a whole house to occupy? One final word of encouragement. The development of your upper register will take time and persistence. Remember, you are working muscles that require time to develop strength and coordination. So be patient with yourself and your upper register will improve as you apply the exercises I've provided you. I'm going to be super keen to hear from each of you over the coming weeks and months as you report back on how your upper registers are evolving over time. Before we sign off for another week, please remember to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed the video. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, nice to meet you. I hope you and your voice benefit from today's voice instruction. Allow me to invite you to visit my channel and subscribe to receive more videos just like this one. I upload new singing tips videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and we'd all love you to join our ever-growing global community of singers who, just like you, want to raise their voice in song. So until I see you in the next enthralling installment of Voice Essentials, I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.